come to and be proud that this will be a place that you can come to and learn about a rich, rich history. That this will be a place that you can come to and in times of trouble, just be still. That this will be a place that you can come to and just say thank you. But today, this is a place and a place to make history. So all of you that are able, when I say thank you, let's go. If you would, we're not going to spend a lot of time. We're going to get on this approach, just the other side of the yellow ballards, and we're going to line up. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Saline Crossing and the opening of the Old River Bridge. We've been waiting a long time for this day, about 51 years. What an honor. I'm gonna pray real quick. God, you're good. What an addition to your creation. What a testament of people coming together in a community across the state and across the nation to say connections are important to us. Thank you for the relationships that have been built. Thank you that we know this is a mile marker and not the destination. Thank you for encouraging us in this way, and thank you for providing this community for a place for us to call home. It's in Jesus' name, amen. All right, we're gonna make this quick as possible, and everybody's like, Brumley, you're up there. That's impossible. We're gonna do, I wanna introduce, if you've never heard of a company called Mobley. Yes, they do phenomenal things with making old things new, with engineering, but it's like any great organization, it is who they are. Their greatest resource is their people, their leadership. Mr. Mobley, Mrs. Mobley, I know that you're here today. Thank you for leading the way that you do at this over 50-year-old company. And just watching the men out here always with a smile on their face when we come out to ask questions and updates, praying it up in the morning before they get to work. And I've begun to know a man named Brad Deaver. And I want to introduce him, and he's going to give a brief synopsis of what has transpired over the last few years with this Old River Bridge. Brad Deaver.
Thank you, Judge. Yes, good morning. My name's Brad Deaver. I'm Vice President of Mobley Contractors, and I have had the privilege of working on the Old River Bridge since this restoration process began. Originally built in 1889, the Old River Bridge has long been a vital connection for travelers, settlers, and commerce. It was constructed along the historic military road, which itself followed the path of the Southwest Trail, a route used by Native Americans, pioneers, and even soldiers during the early 19th century. This bridge has witnessed generations of change from the early days of Arkansas statehood to the modern era. Though decommissioned in 1974 due to damage, the Old River Bridge remained a beloved landmark. Over the years, it became a symbol of resilience, inspiring efforts to restore and preserve its historic beauty. Thanks to the dedication of local leaders, historians, and passionate community members, that process began in 2018 for Mobley Contractors when we were awarded the first phase of the restoration, which was to remove the damaged structure from its position here at the river and some of it in the river. During this phase, we meticulously removed and cataloged over 288 pieces of steel in those trusses. And then the next phase occurred in 2021, when we really began the restoration process. This consisted of a teaming effort with a historic bridge specialist in Michigan. Each piece of the bridge was taken to Holt, Michigan, a little community outside of Lansing, where it was thoroughly measured, tested, documented, and either rehabilitated or replaced. And I was there with every one of those pieces. Next, we brought it all back to Arkansas for a partial reassembly and storage. Now here we are at the final stage of construction, which we started in the March of 24. This phase consisted of a new substructure in the river, 2 new 84-foot plate girder approach spans, reassembly and replacement of the rehabilitated historic truss spans, 80,000 pounds of new structural steel to strengthen those trusses, 296 white oak timbers on the deck, and over 2,000 special hardware connections, all completed safely, ahead of schedule, and under budget. I'm honored to have had a part of the history of the Old River Bridge. I'd like to say thank you to Jacobs Engineering, Mark Asher, for providing engineering support and guidance through every step of this process. Thank you, Saline County, Judge Brumley, for being one of the best owners that Mobley Contractors has ever worked for. And thank you to all the subcontractors and suppliers that played a vital part in making this project a reality. Thank you.
Thank you, Brad. There's so many people to thank. There's one individual that was out here almost every single day, and I'm talking about Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays. Our road department played a vital role in just grading out the area so that you could sit here today. There's a lot of reports that are due as we do this process, and accountability. And you have to have somebody that's on the line. Carlos, I see you, and I see your name in my inbox quite often, and I appreciate what you do, Carlos. But I'd be remiss if I did not point out a man by the name, and he's gonna get mad at me, of Steve Deere, who was out here every single day making sure the job was getting done the way it is. Steve Deere's right over here, and I don't even know if he knows I called his name. He may be ignoring me, but thank you, Steve Deere. Also, I want to say that our JPs at the Saline County Quorum Court to allow us to go after the grants, the dollars, is so important. Here today, I know that Josh Curtis, Jim Whitley, J.P. Bellinger, Chisholm, Billingsley, and Justice Bisbee are all here. I may have missed some that showed up later. I also would be remiss if I did not say I want a big thank you to Senator Bozeman and Congressman Hill, also Senator Cotton, all of our federal delegation that has helped us along the way. I know that Mayor Farmer is here. We couldn't do it without your help and your partnership. I know I saw Representative Furman, Childress, and Bentley, and there may be others that are here. If I miss you, I am sorry, but it took a partnership of all of us together to be able to do this. The next person I want to introduce to you, I met some 30 years ago. He has served this community well, is a city council member. His father is the mayor of the city of Benton, but also is a visionary. And today his visions come to fruition in part. We're going to keep going, but it is a distinct honor to have the Moore family, their loved ones, and their friends, and especially my friend Brad Moore, I want to introduce to you now.
Welcome, and thank you to everyone that's here today to cut the ribbon. And man, when I walked up, this is incredible. I mean, the pictures that I've seen do not do it justice. What a beautiful scene. What a wonderful asset that God has given us the opportunity to make something with. And we have done it. This project is a perfect example of grassroots citizen effort, partnered with government leadership to accomplish one goal, and here it is today. But like my friend Matt said, this is just the beginning. This is not the end. So today we mark a stone and we move forward, and we're super excited. I do want to give a shout out to the Saline Crossing recreational group. That was the grassroots organization that my dad started to set the vision, to set the place, to set the push. And it's especially gratifying today to see this and thinking of all those people who said that can't happen. That will never happen. You're wasting your time. Well, look at us now. We're here today to cut the ribbon on a project that a lot of people said would never happen, and I'm very grateful for it. It's an honor to represent my family today. We've got my great-granddaughter here, Millie Kate, my parents' great-great-granddaughter. So it's an emotional time for us and a time of gratitude. And all of y'all are part of it. And thank you so much for being here. God bless.
Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Moore family, and how grateful we are for the vision and leadership of your father. I'm going to call out a few more. Former Judge Lanny Fight, former state representative, to get the ball rolling and then to pass it off to a man by the name of Jeff Airy, our former Saline County judge, and to allow me to inherit such a project. I inherited a lot, but this is one that I am so honored to have been a little bit of a part of. Judge Airy, thank you for your leadership in our county. Thank you for your leadership in this project. Thank you for your mentorship and your friendship, and how much you care for this great county of ours, Saline County. I want to introduce to you my friend, former judge of Saline County, Jeff Airy.
Thank you, Judge. That's very kind words and very flattering. So thank you very, very much. But wow, what an exciting morning we're here today, right? Something that we've all been looking for many years. So many of us, there's so many people here and so many people that may not even be here that have been part of this project. So many hands have led us here today. And there's no way that I can thank everyone all publicly, but I do want to go ahead and thank a few people and organizations that without their dedication to this project, we certainly wouldn't be here today. And that certainly starts with Lynn Moore and the Saline Crossing Group. Brad, your dad would be so proud. I know you are so proud. And certainly the members of the Saline Crossing Group, y'all have to be so proud for seeing this day happen today. And I just want to say thank you certainly for your dad's leadership and his vision and the hard dedication and work of all of the members of the Saline Crossing Group. You guys must be beaming with pride right now, and I know I'm beaming for pride as well for you. I would also like to recognize and thank the Holland family and Rick Holland, who not only publicly supported this project, but donated property and easement for the placement of this bridge. I want to thank someone that I hugged their neck earlier today, Dr. Marcia Guffey, who came and visited with me about this project back in 2015, encouraged me to get involved, and even helped me write the first successful grant application for the bridge. And then I also want to say that first grant application was a TAP grant allocation from Arkansas Department of Transportation. And over the years, Saline County has received several grants to save the old bridge through allocations from both of our friends at RDOT and Metro. And I would like to thank Director of RDOT, Jared Wiley, for him and his staff. I thank you, Carla, for suffering through this project with me when I was involved for 8 years. And I too got a lot of emails from Carlos, so thank you, and so glad to see you here today. I also want to thank the Director of MetroPlan, Casey Covington, and without the support of him and his staff, we certainly would not be able to make it here and get this project completed. Central Arkansas Development Council, I saw Rodney earlier a while ago, his staff, and in particular, Kanya Spencer, who was successful in her application that resulted in a $1 million grant from the U.S. Economic Development Administration. Thank you, ladies, and Rodney, for y'all's support of this project and all your work. And Mark Asher, the engineer that was mentioned a while ago, who long suffered with me on this project while I was in office. Mark, we finally made it. And Lanny Fight, who I was so fortunate to follow as county judge. He was already in the beginning stages of planning this bridge to be part of the Southwest Trail, and as Representative Fight, he continued his public support for the project. Lanny, thank you for always being there and being a mentor. The Southwest Trail is about connections. It's all about connections. Connecting counties, cities, neighborhoods, people, land, parks, rivers, historic sites, conservation, and economic development. This old bridge is a connection. It's a connection from our past to our future. Matt, Judge Brumley, you, sir, have accomplished what no other Saline County judge has been able to do since 1974. You have put this bridge back into service for the citizens of Saline County. Thank you. Thank you for your dedication and your commitment to not only this project and the saving of the Old River Bridge, but thank you for your commitment to the Southwest Trail. You're my hero, brother.
It was mentioned a moment ago, we would not be even able to access where we are right now if it weren't for the Holland family. Rick, and he's gone to be with Jesus, but Cindy and Jim, you continue to be helpful as there's multiple parcels of Holland family land that will make the connection to this Southwest Trail. Jacobs Engineering, I already talked about Mobley Contractors. RDOT, under your leadership and the leadership of former Director Tudor, in multiple projects, but especially this one, we're so grateful. The U.S. Department of Transportation and Federal Highway Administration, the Economic Development Administration, and I'm gonna tell you, does an Old River Bridge stoke up economic development? The answer is yes. And the evidence is with Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Mr. John Smith. I was able to drive down here on Sunday and take a look at this bridge as he drove in from North Texas for this day today, along with many others, and he's renting a hotel in Saline County. So thank you for your contribution to our community. Central Arkansas Planning and Development, Metro Plan, Casey, you and your team have been instrumental. The city of Benton, all of our partners. What next? Mayor Farmer and his team are working with us. We're really working with them for the construction of the Southwest Trail through Benton. It's alive and well on the outskirts of the city of Shannon Hills. I know Mayor Kemp is here today, and it's going to go all the way to Garland County. And I'm hoping that Judge Mahoney, along with Judge Hyde in Pulaski County, two great partners, are able to see what we're doing here in Saline County to connect ourselves to them. And I know that Senator Matt McKee is in the crowd also. We're so thankful for you. The next person I want to call up is a Saline County resident, but he is really, really smart. He also happens to be the director of Arkansas Department of Transportation. Director Jared Wiley, thank you for your partnership, your team's leadership, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Judge. I hadn't been called smart yet this year, so thank you for that. Appreciate you for having me here on this historic day. Can we give Judge Brumley and Judge Area another round of applause for all their efforts to get this done? Thank you guys for your leadership. Things like this don't come together without many, many years of hard work and dedication, and that's why we're here today, to celebrate this culmination of hard work and dedication by so many members of the community, as you've heard from today. This bridge is a piece of our county, our city, our state's past, and it's going to be a great part of our future. This project is special to me professionally and personally, as Judge mentioned. My family and I, we spend a lot of time on the Saline River just a few miles up from here. We fish, we canoe, we swim, we get away from the hustle and bustle of life, and it's very important to us, and I know it's important to everyone here in the crowd today. And professionally, at RDOT, we try to move people, goods, and services efficiently. And from this day forward, pedestrians, bicyclists will be able to travel across this oldest bridge in Arkansas that's still in the original place. I don't know if you guys know this. This bill was built in the late 1800s. It's the oldest bridge still in place in Arkansas. This bridge is the centerpiece of the Southwest Trail. The Old River Bridge connects sections of the trail that are divided by the river. Ultimately, this trail will connect Hot Springs and downtown Little Rock. Bridging gaps and connecting communities isn't new to RDOT. It's what we do on a daily basis. We focus most of our efforts on the highway system, as you guys know, but a lot of folks are surprised to learn that we do work with local communities on projects like this to try to improve the quality of life for our citizens. And we're happy that we're able to assist with the Saline River, Old River Bridge project. Again, projects like this don't come together without cooperation from multiple agencies, and you heard some of those mentioned today, but again, Saline County led the charge. Saline County took this bull by the horns and got it done. In 2015, I was fortunate to be in the position of overseeing grants at RDOT. This was the most ambitious project that we reviewed that year, the most innovative, and we were happy to provide funding. We were able to provide $500,000 in 15, in 2016, and ultimately $2.2 million. MetroPlan brought $1.3 million, as you heard. I think all told, over $5 million in grants were secured by your guys' efforts. So again, you're to be commended for that. Absolutely. Encourage you to look at the timeline. I had that in my notes, but it's warm and I'm not going to get into all that. Look at the timeline out there. It's really fascinating, the efforts that were made to get us to this point today. Let me get to my page here. But now that this conversion is complete, we're going to be able to walk across this bridge, bike across this bridge, look to the future. RDOT is proud to have been able to be a small part in bringing new life to this historic structure and connecting communities on both sides of the river. Thank you to my team for all the work you did. Thank you for being here with me today and standing up here in the heat. Appreciate you guys. This bridge's future is just as important as its past, linking all these communities together and providing much needed opportunities for people of all ages to experience the benefits of time well spent outdoors. Well done, Saline County, and I'm so proud to call this area my home.
All right, we're going to wrap this thing up. I know you're like, man, I just want some more, just to stand out here just a little longer. Thank you for being a community inspired. I got to tell you, something caught me by surprise yesterday. I received a phone call from a Mr. Barry. Actually, Vicki Hopkins received that phone call and said the message was kind of vague. He said he had something for you and wanted to see if you were interested in it. I called Mr. Barry back, and Mr. Barry said, Judge, I've had something for 51 years, and I think it's time that I hand it over to you. You see, I'm going to mess the story up a little bit, but about 51 years ago, Mr. Barry was working for AP&L and looking for some sort of power box out here. And as it was grown up and covered in weeds and mud and all of these things, he stumbled across something. He stumbled across this that was forged 135 years ago. It says, built by the Youngstown Bridge Company. This thing gets extremely hot. In Youngstown, Ohio in 1890. We're going to do something extremely special with that. But I just want to say that was inspiration by a citizen of ours to hand something over like that. My prayer is this, that we continue as leadership will change, and this 65-mile trail and this beautiful bridge will be in place and connected to a 65-mile trail where people will come from all over the state and all over the country, that this will be a place you can come to be thankful and grateful, that this will be a place that you can come to and be active with your family, that this will be a place that you can